You think you know Peter Pan, the mischievous boy who never grew up, flying through starlit London skies, a symbol of eternal childhood innocence, forever battling pirates. His adventures in Neverland, a place where mermaids swim and fairies whisper secrets, seem etched into the very fabric of our global imagination. But what if the story you cherish, the seemingly simple tale of youthful freedom, was born from a much darker, more profound reality, a meditation on lost memory and the inescapable march of time? Imagine yourself walking the gas-lit streets of late Victorian London, a city bustling with horse-drawn carriages and the hushed anxieties of a changing world. It is here, amidst this era of rigid social codes and burgeoning industrialism, that the author J.M. Barrie first conceived his most famous creation. He was a man acquainted with deep personal sorrow, having lost his elder brother, David, in a tragic ice-skating accident at the tender age of 13, when Barrie himself was only 6. This devastating event cast a long shadow over his life, forever altering his family dynamic and perhaps planting the seed of a boy who would never age. The conventional wisdom portrays Peter Pan as purely a whimsical fantasy. But for Barrie, Peter was a living embodiment of what was lost, a shadow figure against the backdrop of an era grappling with the very concept of childhood. Historian and biographer Andrew Birkin, in his extensive work on Barrie and the Llewelyn Davies family, meticulously documented how the author's interactions with these 5 real boys became the rich soil from which Neverland sprouted. You might picture Barrie himself, a slight figure with a penetrating gaze, spinning tales for the boys in Kensington Gardens, transforming their ordinary games into extraordinary sagas. The very first appearance of Peter Pan wasn't in a play, but buried within a forgotten novel for adults called The Little White Bird, published in 1902. Here, Peter was a newly hatched baby, part bird, part boy, flying from his pram and living a wild, untamed existence among the fairies of Kensington Gardens. This initial, more feral Peter is a far cry from the swashbuckling hero we often remember. Did you know he was initially depicted as almost immoral, capable of forgetting his own mother, and even some of the children he lured to his fantastical world? This early, unsettling portrayal speaks volumes about Barrie's complex understanding of childhood, not as pure innocence, but as a liminal space, both magical and potentially cruel. The famous play Peter Pan, or The Boy Who Wouldn't Grow Up, premiered on December 27, 1904, captivating audiences with its groundbreaking theatrical effects and profound emotional resonance. Suddenly, children were flying across the stage, and audiences were encouraged to clap to save Tinker Bell's life, blurring the lines between fiction and reality in an unprecedented way. Neverland itself is not just a joyful escape, it is a landscape of the mind, a place perpetually oscillating between adventure and danger. It is a world born of children's desires, where time holds no sway, yet also a place where you could easily meet your end. How enduring is the image of Captain Hook, eternally pursued by the crocodile with the ticking clock inside. This iconic villain, complete with his metallic hook and elaborate theatricality, was originally conceived by Barrie to be played by the same actor as Mr. Darling, further cementing the Freudian undertones of the story as a battle against the patriarchal figure, or perhaps a reflection of the anxieties of fatherhood. The Lost Boys, Peter's loyal but often forgotten companions, represent another layer of historical truth. In Victorian England, countless children were indeed lost, orphaned, abandoned, or simply overlooked by society. Barrie's Lost Boys offered a romanticized, albeit still perilous, refuge from this harsh reality. Their perpetual state of being motherless under Peter's erratic care highlights the era's deep-seated anxieties about family structure and the crucial role of maternal affection. Tinker Bell, the jealous and fiercely loyal fairy, has evolved considerably in popular culture. Originally depicted as a literal light with the sound of a bell, her character conveyed through stage directions alone, she represented the fierce, often irrational emotions of childhood. Yet, early adaptations, particularly Disney's, solidified her image as a tiny, winged woman, sometimes criticized for embodying stereotypical female capriciousness. Does her enduring appeal stem from her fairy spirit or from the primal human desire to believe in tiny, magical beings? Wendy Darling, the maternal figure Peter eventually brings to Neverland, is crucial to understanding the story's depth. Barrie, a bachelor at the time of writing, often explored themes of family and longing for a mother. Wendy embodies the societal expectation for girls in the Victorian era to be a caregiver, a storyteller, a gentle force of stability in a chaotic world. It is also important to acknowledge the story's problematic elements, particularly the portrayal of Tiger Lily and her tribe, often referred to as Indians. These characters reflect the colonial attitudes prevalent in Barrie's time, presenting simplified, often stereotypical caricatures. As our cultural understanding evolves, these aspects serve as a stark reminder of historical biases embedded even in beloved tales. Perhaps the most poignant fact about Peter Pan is its profound connection to grief and the human yearning for what has passed. Barrie lost not only his brother, but also several of the Llewelyn Davies boys who inspired the story, to various illnesses and accidents later in their lives. This added a layer of tragic prescience to the tale of a boy who never grows up, making it a powerful elegy for lost youth and departed loved ones. You might find yourself wondering if Peter Pan was Barrie's way of keeping these boys, and perhaps a part of himself, forever young and safe from the inevitable sorrow of adulthood. The enduring psychological resonance of never growing up speaks to a universal human desire for escapism and an aversion to responsibility. It also taps into deeper anxieties about the loss of innocence, the burdens of maturity, and the finite nature of life. This theme has even given rise to the cultural term Peter Pan syndrome, a pop psychological concept describing adults who cling to childish behaviors and refuse to embrace adult responsibilities. One of the most remarkable and heartwarming legacies of Peter Pan is its philanthropic dimension. In 1929, Barrie famously gifted all the rights to Peter Pan, in perpetuity, to Great Ormond Street Hospital for Children in London. This unprecedented act of generosity means that for nearly a century, royalties from every play, book, and film adaptation have helped fund critical care for countless sick children. You might pause to consider the profound irony and beauty in a story about eternal childhood, directly supporting the lives of real children, year after year. Over the decades, Peter Pan has undergone countless transformations. From the early silent film adaptations to Walt Disney's iconic 1953 animated classic, which cemented many visual interpretations in the public consciousness, to Steven Spielberg's Hook in 1991, which dared to ask what happens when Peter grows up. The story continually reinvents itself. Each adaptation offers a fresh lens through which to examine its core themes, reflecting the changing cultural values of its time. Literary scholars, like Lisa Honaker, who has explored the story's lasting impact, often point to Peter Pan's archetypal power. It's not merely a character. It's an idea, a myth. He embodies the puer aeternus, the eternal youth archetype in Jungian psychology, a figure who represents both boundless potential and a fear of commitment to the demands of adult life. This deeper psychological layer is part of why the story continues to captivate across generations, speaking to subconscious desires and fears. The sheer imaginative world building within Peter Pan is a testament to Barrie's genius. He didn't just tell a story, he created an entire universe, complete with its own logic, inhabitants, and unspoken rules. From the fairy dust that enables flight to the specific geography of Neverland, the vividness of this creation allows you to step directly into its magic. Year after year, it reminds us of the power of storytelling to construct alternative realities, a power as ancient as human civilization itself. So the next time you encounter Peter Pan, whether in a book, on screen, or simply in the corners of your own memory, remember its incredible depth. It is a cultural artifact of the early 20th century, a reflection of a specific historical moment, and a timeless exploration of what it means to be human. It's a story woven from personal grief, social commentary, and boundless imagination, all wrapped in the guise of a children's fantasy. The Boy Who Never Grew Up, in truth, has become a never-aging testament to our own complicated dance with time, innocence, and the enduring power of dreams.